All right, our next assignment that we're going to start working on Wednesday is going to be the product. This assignment is going to basically be we're building something that is a higher resolution item. We don't want to go too crazy on this assignment because of the time that we have and because of your skill level where you are currently at. Okay. Some items are very simple to model in 3D for products, and they can look fancy and nice and neat and clean. Some items are not. So this here is a pretty simple item to model. If you look at the shape of it, it's basically just a cylinder. It's got some rounding pieces to it. And what makes it work is the fact that the label looks like a real label. It looks like something that if you went to the store, you would see a product that has this thing on there. Nice texture here, nice texture there. This could be a little bit less reflective, but overall it's good. Here's another one. Again, nice, simple model. Here's another one, nice, simple model. Not too happy on that one. That one's all right. Okay, again, nice, simple models. If you try to get into too complex of a model and you don't pull it off, it shows. You can do the best texture, and if your model doesn't have it, it won't work out. This is a pretty complex model. This isn't something that I would expect any of you to be able to do for this assignment. So don't try to do something like this for this assignment. Keep it simple. The lens area could be a simple thing, but the camera is definitely not a simple thing. There's a lot of different ways that we would have to set this up to model that thing. This screwdriver could be a simple thing, but there's also some areas that might be a little bit tricky to get them to play correctly, okay? So you're going to be able to pick the product that you model, but keep it simple, okay? I recommend just doing stuff like this. If you just build some generic bottles, we put labels on them, it'll look fantastic. If you try to go outside that and you don't spend the time to do the stuff you would need to make it look good, it won't look good, okay? There's no shortcuts, there's no tricks. It's just a matter of being able to control where your divisions are, control what the shapes are doing, and being able to get these things lined up nice and neat. So this here looks like that when it's rendered out. So that's pretty decent there to there, right? And even the labels on these are not incredibly complex labels. They're very simple labels. So you will create products. My demos will cover this kind of thing, where we're going over these basic shapes to create these. Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. People always do. I just keep saying it. Even this is nice and simple. The brush here is probably the most complex, well, apart from the zipper on this probably, the most complex thing there. Okay, so start sketching out some different products that you would like to model, some things you would like to build. They need to have a label on them, not just like a name, but an actual like label. This would be considered a label on here. That's a label. This Coca-Cola, that's a label. This BX Light Ultra or Extra, that's a label. Okay, so whatever product you're doing, it has to have a label. You will build 3 products. Those 3 products should tie together. So I wouldn't do like a light bulb, this vial of whatever this is, and a shoe. Those 3 things, I don't see how those 3 things would connect. Okay, that's why these setups are good, like this, because I can basically take these items here, any one of these items, make it very generic looking, but still tied together inside of what they do, okay? So that's what we'll be working on starting Wednesday while your other stuff is rendering out. So you can see what the due dates and all that are. We're in our 9th week, so we're coming up pretty close to the end of the semester. Even though it doesn't seem like it, we are. We literally have like 2 months left of class, and that's it. And one of those weeks, we're off pretty much the whole week because of the Easter break. So this will be due March 27th. It shouldn't take you till March 27th to do. We're going to have overlap, just like our previous assignments. We'll be modeling a realistic product to be used for an ad, modeling 3 items. Also keep in mind the scale. If one item is super tiny and the other items are super huge, it might be hard to compose those so they all fit nicely on the screen. So just think about that as well. You'll use Photoshop InDesign or Illustrator to create a texture for the label. So we'll be going outside, building some textures, and then bringing them into the software to actually utilize. We'll make a lighting setup and texturing setup inside of Cinema 4D so we can see how we would do it there. And then we'll also do one inside of KeyShot. So this will be another new step that we're doing. KeyShot you can get for your home, but it's a limited license. You'll use it here. You don't need like a whole lot of time in it. Once you get into it, you can spend 3 hours and be done with what you need for the assignment. We'll animate a camera sweep, and we'll also create a still image, okay? And we'll do those in KeyShot. This is where we're going to make it look more realistic, and I want you to see those benefits. In the industry, time is money. So the quicker we can produce stuff, make things happen, and then get them out, the better, the more money we can bring in for that. You'll need to submit your artwork, so your label designs, and your product sketches. So between now and when you start working on this, start sketching out some different products, different layouts of different things you want to do. We'll have 2 formats. One of them will be a more landscape format. That will be our video that we do, that just shows a camera swiping from one side to the other. And then the other one will be more of a portrait, because we will be doing more of like an ad. So it'll be more like this way, okay? And we can focus on just one item in that case if we want, or we can do something like this or whatever. But the idea is that it'll be portrait, so we'll have to be aware of that as well, okay? Yes, ma'am. You're able to create your own. And typically what I recommend is, let's say you're doing Suave shampoo. Don't do Suave shampoo, do some other brand that you made up shampoo that looks like Suave, right? Kind of like the off-brand version, right? You'll turn in the scenes, your textures, your final movie, and your image. Our movie will be a camera sweep, just going by the items, just from side to side, 6 seconds. 960 by 540. Our magazine-like ad for our product will be 2400 by 3000. That'll give us an 8 by 10. I'm going to show that today in Cinema how to do it, and then when we get to the KeyShot part, I'll show it how to do it in KeyShot, obviously. And then this is a big one, so it's worth 20 points, right? Cool. So I'll have this up in the book. You can copy that. Any questions on that? No? The purple book up here.